Hello everyone, this is Mirna from Mirna's Calm Joys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought of filming a currently inked video for July with my fountain pens. These are 7 pens I have inked for July. I might add some more on the go when I see how the month is going. I usually have way more pens inked at a time, but this time I decided to try less pens because I'm always outside. We are currently in Croatia on a vacation for the summer, so I have less pens to use, and then I'll add more if needed. I have 5 new pens inked, and then these 3, the Benu, the Pelican M25, and the Wervure Poo pen, I have as a carryover pens from month of June. For my currently inked notebook where I keep track of what pens I have inked with which ink, and for swatching I use the standard TN size notebook in a traveler's notebook leather cover. This is the leather cover I made myself back in 2019 from a leather piece I bought at Michael's for, I believe at the time it was $15. I can't remember anymore. It was 20, but then I had some 30% off or something like that, so it was really cheap. I just put holes in it, here for the strings, and then for the closing string, and then bottom also, and put strings. I used it every day for a notebook at work to do my work tasks in, so that's why it has a lot of patina, and I then later used it as my journal. So yeah, it is really beautiful. I love this piece of leather. For ink swatching, I have a Hobonichi A5 notebook with Tomoe River paper. Just a plain grid notebook. The grid is really small. I believe 3.8 size. So I just took the notebook, brought it to a local printer shop in Canada, and asked them to cut it to a standard size, just vertically, to 11 centimeters width. And that's what I use here for my swatching. Let's go over the book so I can show you a little how it looks like, even though I'm almost running out of space in it, so I'll have to I already started something new back home in Canada, but here I don't have all my stuff, so I might transfer later on to a basics notebook and then to a new system I'm going to show you later in fall. This is I started this journal in 2023, so a year of usage almost, because I started it in May of 2023, and I have it divided by sections. Let me move this more so I can show you more of the notebook. So just to show you, I have these. First section is the swatches I started doing back in May last year. So I would do a little swatch, use a dip pen to write with this ink, and then later when I would use some pen with that ink, I would write just how it looks in a pen. These are some inks, and then the next section I left more blank pages for that. The next section I decided to name ink swatches in fountain pens, but it's actually inks, swatch of the ink, and then all of the pens I used with that ink, and that's how it goes with every ink I have. Further on, then a little more pages for that, and then I have currently inked journal pages. Basically, I would ink my pen just to have somewhere noted what I used with which pen and how I liked it later on. and then I would also write some writing samples or reviews on the other side, how the combinations worked out. And like this, some writing samples, I would maybe transcribe some passages of the books, or I would just write my wording, my thoughts of the pen, and in combination of the nib size and how it works with the flow. And I used that section up, and this is the part I'm now needing more space in. Next section, the last one, the fourth, was where I wanted to catalog all the pens I have on separate pages. I just wrote list of the pens and then used 2 pages for one pen, and then catalog from May last year what I used in that pen. So for example, Pilot Metropolitan in medium size, that was my first fountain pen that I bought 2019, and that's the pen that started it all, my rabbit hole of buying fountain pens. But I really enjoy this hobby. This is my really self-care part of my life. The pens, the inks in use in that pen, and just a small, like a sentence, the quick brown Faust, just so I know when I want to use that pen again, which combination I liked in it. And that's for other pens as well. And that's the last section. These post-its are just the ideas. I was sometimes watching YouTube videos and see some ink that I like, then I would write it down in my personal rings planner on these post-its, and then I transfer them later on here. So when sometimes I go to a fountain pen and ink shop somewhere in Canada, I can bring this book with me and then use these ideas, and also have my swatches to compare in a store if they have swatches also to see. The book behind it, I will show this more, but this is the Lami notebook. I also have had cut to a standard TN size, so I can maybe do some writing exercises or swatch, or also see. It's a good paper, although it's a yellowish color, but it's good with fountain pens. I like it so far. So let's go back to currently inked blank page and do the writing samples. So the month is July, and this is just a Tombow marker. And my first pen I want to show you guys is this Jinhao pen I got for Christmas from my husband. This is a Parker fountain pen knockoff. I believe the model is called I Am Something. I'm not sure of the exact Parker model this is in fountain pens, but I love the color combination. It looks so elegant and sharp with this red band and black combination, although I must say the quality is not really great. It already scuffed here, scratched here. I haven't really banged it with anything but just usage, and I brought it with me on the go with my planners, my ring binders, so just from using it that way. And yeah, none of my other pens did that so quickly. So this is a steel fine nib. I don't know if you'll see that on the camera. Yeah, it says here fine. I believe this is equivalent to Yovo number 5 size nib. But yeah, this is a juicy writer. It's really smooth and nice. I love to use it in reverse as well, because then it writes in extra small size. So it's great for small planner columns, for to-do lists and stuff like that. And this pen, I have an ink from J. Herbin. This ink I saw on Leanne Likes channel. So J. Herbin Large de Cassis. Then is Jinhao and Fine Nib. Ink is so beautiful. It's like a purplish rosy berry color, muted, really nice. Next up I have my Lami Safari in light pink. This was 2023 special edition. I really love this light pink color. I was in a pink phase at that time, but I have a nice soft blue ring binder from Multerm, and I find this combination with the blue goes really well. And I love pink inks, so I wanted to have this pen to use with a lot of my shimmer pink inks. And I love Lami's because you can switch the nibs out so easily. I love their stub nibs, so I was playing around with shimmer and stubs for headers in my planners and journals. And this I have inked with Ferris Wheel Press ink called Bumbling Blossom. It's their Fairy Tale line collection from last year. So it is like this when you write with it. So Ferris Wheel Press Bumbling Blossom. Bumbling Blossom. Lami Safari. Right. Oh my gosh, I can't write today. Light pink. This is in medium nib. So next I have my Platinum Celluloid in Sakura. This is the 3776 model. The material of this pen is the celluloid. And I really love these shiny flecks it has on it. I had a couple of more extra fine pens before this one, so I was surprised how thin this one is. It's really thin line, and I thought, oh, if this is too thin, but when I used it in my planners, especially in those tight columns, it's really good for planning, so I still enjoy it. It's so smooth and nice. This is again J. Herbin ink. This is Terre de Feu, something like that. Excuse my French. So J. Herbin Terre de Feu. Platinum 3776. Celluloid Sakura in extra fine. The nib is really nice, and this extra fine seems a little bit softer than my broad, which you're gonna see next. But I love the feeling of platinum pens in my hand. It fits so nice. Okay, next up, my Platinum Celluloid Calico. This colorway is called Calico. It's again 3776 model, and this one is a broad size nib, 14 karat gold nib. This one is a juicy broad, which is, to Western terms, more like a juicier medium. And this one I have inked up with Monteverde Valentine Red. Celluloid Calico. nib is broad, but this nib, this ink is a juicier ink from Monteverde, but when I use it with Wervure press inks, it's a bit thinner line. This amazing nib can also write in reverse if you want to get a fine nib line. So in reverse, it writes like that. And again, juicier than other inks because this is a really wet ink. But I love how it glides in reverse as well. So it's like having two nibs in one. This red ink with this pen just pairs really well. So elegant. Next up, I have my Pelican, my newest acquisition, the Pelican M1000 in Renaissance Brown. I love this pen. Oh my god, it's so classic and elegant and luxurious. This is my biggest Pelican. I only have two so far, but I'm eyeing so many more. I was saving for this one. This is more expensive pen, but I love it. I have my first video made about this pen, so you can check that unboxing if you want to on my channel. This is a piston filler and has an 18 karat gold nib, and I chose fine size. I have it inked up with another J. Herbin ink. This is Lit de Thé. Pelican M1000 in Renaissance Brown in fine nib. Gorgeous pen. Next is another brown pen I have. This is the Euphoria All Grey. This is a Goulet Pens exclusive pen. I ordered just before Christmas when it came out right away. I was eyeing it on their coming soon section of the site, and as soon as I saw they're releasing it, I was like stalking their site every day to see when it will come out. I just think it's so beautiful. When I bought it, I was using first a lot of my brown inks, but now I put a blue ink. An ink I bought this spring from Pelican. This is their ink of the year 2024. Edelstein Golden Lapis. So Pelican, Edelstein, and Golden Lapis. So Venue, Euphoria, all grey. This is a medium nib size, and as you can see, this one writes even juicier than my Platinum Broad. So this is more like a broad to me. It's so good with, this is the Schmidt nib, Steel Schmidt nib. It's so good with shimmer. This pen I have as a carryover pen from June. Another one that's a carryover pen is my Pelican M25 in marble blue. This is their still nib model. This I have the same ink, because when I got the ink I wanted to try it with different pens to see how it performs, and it really performs in this extra fine steel nib so very well. So also Pelican, Edelstein, Golden Lapis, and the pen is Pelican Classic M205, because of the silver trim is the 5, and extra fine nib. Really good for week size planners. I have mine in Sterling ink from Sterling ink this year, but I used it in a Hobonichi Weeks last year too. And the last pen I have for this lineup is the smallest pen I have. This is another pen my husband surprised me with for Christmas. This is a Wervure, I don't know how it's pronounced, Wervure Poo pen. You see their logo. You see? You can even hide it with your fingers. It's so small. Like that. It's an eyedropper pen. Steel, extra fine nib. And this pen, I have the Lami blue ink. Wervure Poo is the name of the model, but the colorway is Hawaiian blue. And extra fine. It's easier when you post it. And now I can really rest it. I can write like this with it. For some people it might be too small to even hold it in your hand to write, but I'm fine with this because this is my jotting notes on the go or making lists or shopping lists. This is the pen for that, not for the journaling sessions. So that's why I have the basic blue in it. And I have re-inked it a couple of times with the same ink. It's gorgeous though. This gold with blue, I think it's perfect for summer. I saw other color combinations. I saw the white, I saw pink or baby pink colorways, but I really love that my husband chose this blue. Love it. Okay, so that's that. That's my currently inked for July for now. I might be adding some more pens. These are the inks close up. Here the ink is a bit darker since I have it for more than a month now in this pen, so that's why maybe chose darker here, but this is also a juicier pen, so puts out more ink than this pen. Then Herbon Lee Detail is such a good shader. I love it, and the Pelican M1000, especially when I journal. Maybe it doesn't show here, but the shading is so great. And when I use this ink in an extra fine platinum pen, it writes like lighter beigey brown color. I love this ink. Valentine Red. Terre de Faux is also nice brown, browny beigey color ink. Here it's a bit darker than what I see in person. This is the Wervure Press one, and finally L'Art de Cassis, I don't know how it's pronounced, but beautiful colors. So these were my pen and ink combinations for the month of July. Thank you for sticking out till the end with me. Let me know in the comments which pen and ink combinations are you guys enjoying this month. I would love to know, because then I get some ideas for my pens in the future. If you like this video, I would love for you to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye!